you find those that sit around the throne of God, they are called the 24 elders. The first question you ask yourself is, what makes a being an elder in a realm that does not have time? What is the parameter? What makes a being an elder in a realm that is not regulated by the forces of time? But as you study their operation, you discover two things stand out. Number one, they are custodians of the secrets of God. When John was in heaven weeping, one of the elders came to him. In Revelation chapter 5, he said he wept much, and an angel, a strong angel, spoke, and it looked as if there was no hope for humanity. And John was weeping in heaven until an elder came to him and said, weep not. That angel does not know much, even though he's in heaven, because this thing is a function of scrolls. He said, meanwhile, that thing that angel does not know. He said, behold the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David. He is not prevailing, he has prevailed. So what you think is a breaking news is in the past. So they are custodians. They are custodians. That's one of the things that makes them elders. And the second thing is that they are beings of brokenness. Although they have thrones, they have crowns, they don't wear them. Neither do they sit on the thrones. They prostrate and they keep worshiping day and night. They cast their crown. And so you find certain features about this being, and the kind of power they wield is enormous. So enormous that they sit with God in a cabinet of heaven, as though they participate with God in ruling all of his entities, all of his creation. But you see, that's not all you see in heaven. There are other creatures called dominions. Dominions are princes that are sent to govern over realms that are created. So a dominion is actually a prince that has a territory. That's why when man was created, one of the things that was given to man was dominion, so that he will be the prince that ruled the earth. So when you become a dominion, you have authority either over a quadrant of God's people, a quadrant of God's angels, or a territory. So there are also dominions in the realms of God. And they are not only dominions, they are principalities, they are powers, and they are rulers. All of these are entities of glory. Now, when God decided to create man, the realms of the spirit had existed for aeons. Because it's not regulated by time, it will be futile to attempt to determine the age of that realm. But that civilization had gone on for only God knows how long. And suddenly God decided to create another realm and to create another entity. Now, the reason the subject of man has become a concern is the fact that the statements God made when he made man, considering what has been, is why I am troubled. If God created us like angels, maybe like an archangel, that would have been a huge blessing. Because there are some angels that, the Bible spoke about an angel that passed through the earth in one night and slew 185,000 people. Now, what kind of might is that? What weapon was he using? The Bible said they excel in strength. The Bible speaks of some princes. When one angel appeared on earth, he said one of his foot was on all the waters. The question is, were the oceans gathered together, or is his foot many? And he said he put another one and he covered all the lands. And when the angel shouted, he said 1/3 of the birds died. Such is the excellency of the angelic order. The ranking of that realm is something so superlative that the mind cannot comprehend. But when God wanted to create man, he didn't deem it fit to create us like archangels. And the Bible said in Genesis chapter 1 verse 26, he said, let us make man. Now, if God created us in the image of the Son, that would have been glory enough. If he created us in the image of the Spirit, that would have been glory enough. If he created us like the Father, that would have been glory enough. But he said, let us make man in our own image, after our likeness. That means when you study into man, you are going to find the dimensions of the Holy Ghost. You are going to find the dimensions of the Son, and you are going to find the dimensions of the Father. No wonder the psalmist was contemplating in Romans chapter 8 verse 4. He said, what is man? It's not who is man, it's what is man. Because the infrastructure that is gathered together here is not. That means to understand man, you have to study God. Because we were created to reflect him. I'm saying this because we are looking at a theme, very sensitive, triumphant. And what that goes to mean is that if a man fails, it should be a project work. You need to study how he was able to fail. Because he was not created to fail. He is designed in the image and in the likeness of God. He operates in the God class. He functions after the order of the divine. His expression should reveal the likeness of the Elohim. So that when you want to know God in a very detailed sense, you are supposed to look at the projection of God, which is the man who was created in his image and in his likeness. How did he fall? And how was it that failure became part of his expression? It's a mystery that will be studied for all aeons. Because the man was not designed to fail. When God created man, he decided to do a test run. And he said, these animals have been named. Well, go and name them, let's see what you will call them. And the Bible said, every name the man called the animals was the name thereof. He didn't make one mistake. He operated at the mental frequency of divinity. Everything they were called was what he called it. And he didn't need to peep into any document. Because when he looked into himself, he drew out rivers that are eternal. The very essence of God was expressed through him in a likeness that was after the order of the divine. But this man fell. And he said, they know not. Neither will they understand. He said, they will walk on in darkness. He said, for I have said, ye are gods, because you are the children of the Most High. You were created to model God. You carry his DNA and you have the power to reveal his dimensions.